Okay, everyone. Hope everyone's doing well. Just wanted to do another quick video tutorial on how to find deals and some marketing ideas. This is typically what we started out doing at one point, and this is a good place to start for you. So when you're out looking for deals, you kind of want to maybe just have a target area. You're gonna probably have the best success just looking in your own neck of the woods. So if you live in Central Tampa, just keep looking around Central Tampa. If you live in South St. Pete, keep looking around South St. Pete. If you live in Largo, just concentrate on Largo and try to find the deals in those areas. So here's kind of just a rough draft on what to kind of keep your eyes out for in a way to keep you on course, so you can kind of be a little bit more focused on what you're doing when you're going out looking for property. So obviously stick within your neighborhoods, but that could go, as far out as, 15-mile radius, which in this area is a pretty big area. But, if you're in St. Pete, I would stick to St. Pete. And if you're in Tampa, I'd stick to Tampa. So that's one good guideline. Another good guideline is middle income neighborhoods. I have seen some leads come across that were, $700,000, $800,000 homes. Those probably aren't going to work, because what we're looking for is investment properties where it's either going to be a rental property or a rehab project where we fix it up then resell it. And usually the middle income areas are the best for those. So think about the median home values in your neighborhoods. If there's going to be decent deals in some nicer neighborhoods, but we're talking probably the $40,000 price range up to about $175. So when you're looking at deals and someone's asking for over $175, then it's probably not going to fit into what we're looking for. But if it looks like it's too good to be true, like if it's a $1 million beach house for $175, we would definitely want to take a look at that. So don't rule everything out, but as a guideline, let's try to keep it under 175, and we're going to be much more successful. You want to stay focused. So there is you want to look for all cash sales, like the concentrated areas for the all cash sales. You can do that with a realtor's help. So I don't know if you know any realtors, but if you have any realtor friends or have a friend of a friend that's a realtor, maybe ask a favor, see if they can pull the all cash sales in certain neighborhoods. And that way you can see the pockets of certain zip codes or neighborhoods where there's the most cash transactions. And then you'll be able to kind of see that those are going to be the middle income homes, because you don't really see $1 million homes being bought for $1 million in cash. They're usually financed with a mortgage or some sort of lending package involved. All cash deals usually going to be under 200, typically even under 100. But there are people buying middle income properties for the 150 range, which we're partnered up with those people. So that's why we do want to find those. So that's a good place to start to kind of hone in on neighborhoods to target. We definitely want to target single family homes and multi-family homes. Usually only duplexes, triplexes, fourplexes. After that, as things get a little bit more complicated. So keep your focus to mainly single family homes. If you do come across duplexes and triplexes, we'll definitely look at those as well. No mobile homes and no condos. Those just don't work out for what we're trying to do. And just remember, we're looking for either good rental properties or good rehab projects where we're going to fix it up and then resell it at full retail value for profits there. So that's how we make our money. And outside of those criteria, obviously, if it's a steal, if it's a house for $10,000 and it doesn't really fit this criteria, but it's only 10 grand, like a sweet condo for 10 grand, we'll definitely look at it. So don't rule everything out, but try to stay as focused as you can. All right. And number one thing we're really looking for is motivated sellers. We want to come across people that are really motivated to sell their property, and we define those people as people that need to sell like yesterday, as opposed to people that just want to sell because they want a bigger house, or they want to move to the beach, or whatever the reason may be. So here's some of the situations where people need to sell, where maybe they bought a house that was too much than they could potentially handle, so they can't really afford it anymore. Their payments are $2,000 a month, and they can really only afford like $1,200 a month. Those people are very motivated to sell, so they might be willing to take a quick cash offer to get them out from under that debt. Job transfers happen to everybody. It's unfortunate sometimes, and sometimes their companies don't handle the sale of their house, so they need to get rid of that house quickly because they need to buy a new house in a new city, so they need the money to be able to do that. So, and there's inheritances. People inherit properties, and sometimes they don't want them and just would like quick cash for those. Those are really nice deals. People that are maybe owe a lot on their back taxes, and maybe the city is going to take over their house. We've bought some properties that way where people were motivated because their house was going to go to auction by the city, so they'd be willing to take a quick cash offer. Pre-foreclosure, kind of the same deal. That's where the bank hasn't yet foreclosed on them, but they are, they know they're getting close to that point where the bank may foreclose and kick them out. They'd be willing to settle, potentially, and then just, regular random situations where people may need cash fast. Maybe it's medical bills, legal bills, things like that, or they just want to figure out ways to get money out of their house. Maybe they made money on the house and they just want to cash it out. One I didn't put on here that I should have is landlords that don't want to be landlords anymore. You will definitely come across those. Those are pretty good. All right, and here's just some normal situations. Somebody might be retiring and downsizing. You may come across some elderly people that have lived in a house for a long time, raised their kids there. Now the kids have moved away and they're ready to move to a beach condo. They might not be super motivated, but sometimes they are, and they'd be willing to sell their house. Usually they don't own anything on their house, so they have all equity. They'd be willing to do a all cash deal. Oh, there I go. I do have tired landlords on there. You'll come across a lot of tired landlords in this business, people that may have been renting to people for a long time and are just sick of dealing with that. So those guys are pretty motivated sometimes. And then real quick, let's do a couple ideas on marketing and what I believe is the lifeblood of real estate investing. Sometimes is being able to find the deals, and you got to do some unconventional things sometimes to find the good deals. Obviously just looking on the MLS, Zillow and Craigslist usually isn't going to find you the best deals because that's what everybody else is doing. You need to be able to get to the people to call you who are motivated, and ways to do that are the methods right here. Direct mail, that's where you mail letters, bandit signs, flyers, business cards, just networking, telling people what you do, what you're looking for, friends and family, same thing, and internet. So let me just dive quickly into these and give you a couple of ideas. Here's my favorite thing to do when looking for motivated sellers is just mailing out these yellow letters. And what I normally do is, when I'm driving for dollars, looking around for, say, vacant houses or distressed looking properties, I'll put down the address, and then I'll come home and look up the address in the tax records, which I showed you guys how to do in the last video course. So make sure you go back and look at that to learn how you find those owner addresses. But you look up those addresses, and then you send them a yellow letter that looks just like this. You insert the owner's name at the top there and tell them your name. You tell them you want to buy their house at this address, and you actually fill in their actual address, the one you're talking about. Then you say, please call me at this number, and you give them your number. So they call you and just say thanks, and just hand address a normal envelope, put with a first class stamp on there. People get these, they think it's like a letter from Aunt Sally or Uncle John with money in there, and they open it up and they see this yellow letter and they say, maybe wasn't thinking about selling, but maybe I should, so let me call these guys. And they'll give you a call, and then we can kind of take the conversation from there. And then you kind of figure out their situation, and you at least start a conversation, and you kind of see what can be done. And then you obviously tell people, hey, we pay all cash for houses, we can close quickly, we'll buy your house as is. the whole spiel there, all the same stuff that's in the training package. So this is the most successful method I've had for getting people to actually call you back and say, hey, yes, I want to sell my house. So driving for dollars is a way to target these people to mail to, but you can also buy lists. Obviously that costs a little bit of money, but you can buy lists of absentee owners. Those are people that don't live in the house. So that's like rental properties or vacation homes. You can buy lists where the people own the property free and clear. There's no big mortgages on it. There's eviction lists, probate lists, inheritance lists, pre-foreclosure lists. You can kind of Google that stuff, or you can ask me where to get those if that's something you're interested in investing into to get more leads. Okay? Bandit signs. Here's the one that I use. This is the very first bandit sign I ever put out, and it looks just like this. And you put it all around town, or just a section of town, and put it on intersections. These are the white 18 by 24 inch corrugated plastic. You can get them at different places like sign shops, or you can go online and just Google bandit signs and find out who's got the best prices. But you can ask me who I recommend for that if that's something you want to get into. Handwritten seems to work pretty good. You can use a Google Voice number. That way it's not tracked back to you in case code enforcement gives you a call to say, hey, we don't want your signs around here. But if you have a Gmail account, you can get a free Google Voice number, and that's untraceable. So you'll get some calls off of that. Flyers, door hangers, and business cards. Like I showed you the flyer that I think I included in the welcome packet. You can use that one or design one yourself. Door hangers, those do cost a little bit of money. Post-it notes, you can actually just put post-it notes on people's doors. Just say, hey, my name is so-and-so, I want to buy your house, please call me at this number. You can get calls that way, and obviously just printing up business cards that say these messages here on the right: we buy houses, cash, need to sell fast, we can help, we will buy as is, any condition, any situation, call now. Then put your number on there or email address and get calls that way. Obviously ask your friends and family what you're doing, what you're looking for, and tell them to look for properties as well, and then you'll give them maybe a cut of the fee that we can give you. So then you have even more eyes and ears on the street, people looking for people that they might know that need to sell. So tell them what we're looking for, and then you got even more people helping you out. And then of course there's the internet. There's a free way, there's a paid way. The free way is I'm sure you guys know Craigslist. You can put an ad on Craigslist and say, hey, we buy houses all cash. You put your number on there. You can post an ad every day. It's free, and you may get a call or two every once in a while from that, but that works. You can also just call Craigslist ads and ask people, if we paid all cash, what's the best deal you could give me. You can call rent ads, people that have their house for rent. You never know, they might actually want to sell their house. So call them and ask them what they'd be willing to sell for if we paid all cash, closed quickly, and would buy as is. Then of course there's paid ways on the internet. I do quite a bit of paid ways, like webuyhouses.com type of websites where people need to sell their house. They're Googling certain sites. I have a couple sites out there where people will actually upload their information of their property, and I get leads that way. That does cost a little bit of money. And then let's see what else. And then you can obviously have your own website, like say your name is Tom, say tombuyshouses.com, and it'll just be kind of a squeeze page where people find it on the internet. Like you can optimize it for keywords and by Google. That costs money as well. So anyway, these are all things we can definitely talk to you more about. If you're interested in getting into that, just send me a message and I'll kind of show you what I've done. But just want to give you guys some quick ideas on how to market for motivated sellers to help you guys be more effective. So anyway, I'm going to sign off, and I'll catch you on the next training, guys. Good luck and take care.